Welcome, namaste, and thank you for your presence. And this morning's class is focused on healthy back. So this is more for therapeutic and restorative practice, and we'll look at some of the key ingredients to maintaining a healthy back. First of all, we'll be strengthening the back and abdominal muscles so that there's muscular support for the spine. And we'll be paying attention to the alignment of the spine and maintaining that healthy S-curve. And we'll also try and reduce some of our stress here by just chilling out and breathing and moving calmly. Some other things that you can do to maintain a healthy back are to wear good supportive shoes that are not unevenly worn. You can look at the soles of your shoes, and if you see excessive wear on one side or in the heel or somewhere else, you know that your walking is not as regular or aligned as it could be. You might need to look at some orthotics or some physical therapy to help you move more in line with the spine. Good ergonomics when you're working. If you're working at a desk, that you have the keyboard and monitor at the right height, that your chair is adjusted to the right height, and that you're not craning your neck forward in that text neck position. Whenever you're lifting a heavy object, that you bend your knees and lift with a straight back, and not to twist and lift at the same time. That's the no-no of shoveling snow, where you're lifting and twisting at the same time. That throws the back out. Also, if we maintain a healthy body weight, we're not putting as much stress on the soft tissue and the discs between the vertebrae. And it's recommended to sleep on your side on a good supportive mattress with support under the neck so that the spine and neck are in a horizontal line. So let's dig into some of these restorative practices and center with some good breathing technique. And for this we need good posture, so we're going to align the head, shoulders, trunk right over the sitting bones. So if you need to feel where your sitting bones are, lean to the front of your mat and lean to the back of the mat, and then come to a place in between where there's a plumb line of balance from the crown of the head right over the sitting bones. And roll the shoulders up and back a few times. Circle the shoulders around and back so they're not slumping or collapsing in the chest. That you have this bright openness in the heart, a width and spaciousness in the collarbones. Inhale with this feeling of health and strength and flexibility in the spine and back. And exhale, release any soreness or weakness, any stiffness in the spine or back. Inhale, the spine is strong and supple. Exhale, release any tension or stiffness. For the mudra, we'll use the Prana Mudra. The Prana Mudra recharges our batteries as the vital energy gesture, bringing healing and life force into the physical and subtle bodies. It helps with overall immunity, eyesight, digestion, and stamina. Prana Mudra is said to slow the aging process and strengthen willpower and direct self-healing energy. So we're going to direct our healing energy into the back and spine. And the mudra is very simply bringing the tip of the thumb to the pinky and ring finger, leaving the index and middle finger extended. Just resting these on the thighs. Again, rolling the shoulders up and back so you're sitting tall and straight with balance and poise. The mantra, healing mantra I've put in the chat window is Om Hum Jum Saha. Om Hum Jum Saha. And let's repeat that 3 times together. Inhale. Om Hum Jum Saha. Om Jum Jum Saha. Om Hum Jum Saha. This is an abbreviated version of Mahamrityunjaya mantra, another healing mantra dedicated to Shiva. And this being Mahashivaratri, this great auspicious night where things that are concealed can be revealed. These great acts of Shiva, of creation, sustaining, dissolution, concealment, and revelation, all coming to fruition. Now, let's begin some movement, but starting very nice and gradually on the back. Please lie back on your spine. And hug both knees into the chest. Relaxing the arms as you inhale, give the knees space to expand out. And on the exhale, draw the knees a little tighter in towards the chest. Relax on the inhale and squeeze a little tighter on the exhale. Just giving some expansion into the lower back. And separate the knees and circle the knees, both knees moving together in one circle. And then the opposite direction, circling both knees together. And then circle knees in opposite directions like an egg beater. And reversing that. And then hold the shins or ankle, widen the knees even more, and draw one knee close, then the opposite knee in. So just rocking from side to side. Let your head turn if that's normal. Good. And release the feet down. And extend the legs out straight. Lift the arms up over the head. Make a long symmetrical stretch like you're waking up. Spread the toes, spread the fingers. And then shimmy a little from side to side. Lengthen one side of the body and then rest it so you can lengthen the opposite side. Asymmetrically stretching one side and then the opposite. Take one more big stretch through the toes, the fingers, and then come back up and into table pose. Good. Spreading the fingers, clawing the fingertips into the floor. Hug the inner arms gently to the midline, solidifying the shoulders. And then flow with your breath, looking up on the inhale and looking down on the exhale. Pull the navel to the spine. Take as much time as you need with each breath to empty one breath totally before starting the next. And feeling the fluidity of the spine from the tip of the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. Letting each vertebrae move independently. And coming back to neutral, lift the right knee and circle the right knee. Exhale as you bring it forward and inhale as you kick it back. And then reverse the circles. And switch legs. Lift the left knee and circle the left knee to the side. Inhale as you extend back. And exhale as you draw forward. And reverse the circles. And rest the knees together. Press the hips back and down into child's pose. Inhale, lift up through the inner armpits, widen the back of the neck, and exhale, draw the navel in and press the palms forward, sending the hips back and down. Now walk the hands over to the right. And keep pressing back through the left hip. And breathe into that lower left back. And walk the hands over to the opposite side. Hands to the left. And draw the right hip back. Stretch through the lower right side of the back. And long, relaxing breaths. And come back up to table pose. And thread the right arm out and under the left. Twisting child's pose. Now stretching the outside of the neck and shoulder. And release, inhale, lift the head up. Take the left arm out and thread the left arm under the right for twisting child pose. And press that outer left arm down, the outside of the head into the mat. And gradually stretch through the outer shoulder, the outside of the neck. Inhale and lift the shoulder up. And now we come to Sphinx Pose, just coming down onto the stomach, the forearms on the mat, and then pressing down through the palms and elbows. Pull back with the elbows so the chest can move forward and the shoulder blades slide into the back. Hug the legs to the midline and press the toenails into the mat. Look down slightly so the back of the neck can lengthen. There's no pinching in the back of the neck. Now engage in the core, engage muscles in the lower back. And hug into the spine with that muscular energy. Now walk the hands back for Cobra Pose, bending the elbows and curling up. Still pull back with the palms and elbows, so you're lengthening the spine, lengthening the back of the neck. And then roll it down. Now bend the right knee out to the right side. And press down through that inner knee, inner thigh, and roll back up into Cobra. Then start to twist and look back over the right shoulder. And release it down. Stretch the right leg back. And bend the left knee to the side, pressing the inner edge of the knee and thigh into the mat. Curl the chest up to Cobra. And then begin to twist and look back over the left shoulder. Try not to let the shoulders hunch forward. Keep that chest lifted and heart open. And then release and slide the left foot back. Right, now Locust Pose, Shalabhasana. Bring the arms out to a T position, fingertips on the floor like spider fingers. Then roll the inner edges of the shoulders up away from the floor. Squeeze the legs together and start to lift the palms up. Lift the shoulders up. Breathing into the back of the body. And release down. Chin to the side, heels open. Breathe into the lower back. Now another variation where we clasp the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders up. And then lift up in the chest. Keep the gaze down so you're not pinching the back of the neck. Take 2 more breaths. Up to your max. And release back down, chin to the other side. And you can repeat either of those arm positions, whatever you prefer. Or try even a different position of arms in front or hands interlaced behind the head. Lift up again, lift in the heart. Breathe, strong breaths. And last breath, go up to your max. And release, hands down. You can just push up into table pose. And into cat pose, where we just arch the spine like an angry cat for counter stretch. All right. Now, come back down with the hips for half frog pose. Position the left forearm in front of the chest. Push down through the left elbow to lift the chest up. Then bend the right knee, hold the right foot, and slowly bring that heel towards the outer hip. Keep engaged in the core muscles of the abdomen. And gently stretch through that quadricep. And the psoas muscle. A lot of the back pain stems from tight psoas muscles, so we're going to encourage these muscles to gently stretch and lengthen. And then take it to the other side. The right forearm, press down through the right elbow, lift the shoulders up, and then bend the left knee, holding the left foot. We'll bring that left heel towards the outer hip. And don't put any pressure on the lower back. Keep lifting the navel. Hug navel to backbone. And take big breaths. Gently begin to stretch these deep muscles. Be patient. Releasing slowly the left foot down. And we'll do a bow pose. Bend both knees, hold the ankles. Hug the knees to the midline, flex the ankles, and lift up the chest. Start to lift up the knees. Good, doing great. 2 more breaths. The last big breath. And releasing, let go. And just windshield wiper the heels from side to side. Now, coming up, press up to high plank. On the exhale, lift the hips and press back to downward facing dog. And do that again. Inhale to high plank. And exhale, lift from the navel, press back, down dog. And just go your pace. Hug the arms to the midline. Now, step right foot forward. Lower the left knee down to a low lunge. And press the toe tips or the tops of the toenails of the back foot into the mat. Lift the hands up to the right thigh. And pause, feeling, directing the prana into the lower back, into the middle back, the upper back. And then bring the arms up. and interlace the hands behind the head. Roll the shoulders back and into the spine. You draw the shoulder blades into the back of the... And you can start to lift the heart. You have the hands for security and keeping the back of the neck long. Go ahead, one more nice breath into this back bend. And release and bring the hands forward down. We'll revolve to the right, twist and lift the right arm up. You can choose if you want to lift the back knee up as well. And lower the back knee. Widen the right foot over to the side of the mat. And come to the twisted monkey. We bend the back knee and reach around with the opposite hand, right hand to left foot, so we have this thigh stretch. And releasing this side, step the right foot back to downward dog. And step the left foot through. Lower the right knee down. Lift the hands up to the left thigh. Pause here for a moment, gaining stability and focus. Engage muscular energy in the core of the pelvis, hugging the outer hips into the midline, pressing down through the toenails or toe tips of the back foot. So you root down to rise up, get length, and then clasp the hands behind the head so you can start to curl the head back into the hands. Keep opening the heart. And gently tilt back into a little back bend. Nice and safe, secure. Release it back up. Bring the right hand down and twist to the left. Open the left arm. If you choose, even pick up the back knee and straighten the back leg. And then release the back knee to the mat. Widen the front foot to the side. Turning the toes out some helps with the thigh stretch. And then bend the back knee for twisted monkey stretch. Bring that back heel in as you stretch in the thigh again. Roll the shoulders back, open the throat, and drink in this prana and direct its healing energy to the back, to the spine. And slowly release. Okay. Step it back to downward dog. Then lower the elbows into dolphin. And then to a forearm plank. Just hold this forearm plank, keeping the navel lifted, the tailbone lengthening. If you like a little more challenge, lift one foot up. And then switch and lift the opposite foot up for 3 breaths. And lower down, and lower the knees down. Now we're going to spin around and come to seated. And build some abdominal strength with our Yogi Bicycle. So we have the knees bent, the hands behind the head, and each exhale curling up and crisscross opposite elbow to opposite knee. Inhale, roll down, and exhale, crunch up. And go slowly from side to side. It's not the quantity that matters, but the quality. Okay, let's do 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more. Here it is. The last one. You did it. Good work. And from that, we come to upward facing plank or table. So the modification is to walk the heels in until the feet are flat and then lift up the hips to upward table, or being in that upward plank with the knees more extended but still a little micro bend in the knees. Draw the shoulder blades under the back and lift up the heart. Point the toes. Big breaths. Strong back. And last big breath. Release back down. Good, you did it. Those are hard now. Let's come right on up to our standing position. And widen the feet to the width of the mat. Bend the knees. And lower the hands, the fingertips to the floor. Inhale with knees bent, and exhale to straighten the legs. Inhale, squat down, and exhale, extend the legs straight. And you may even squat down so much that the heels lift up. Inhale, squatting. And exhale, straighten and fold. And one more deep squat. These are nice for lengthening the lower back. And then come all the way up to stand. Step up to the front of the mat for Warrior One. Begin stepping the right foot back for Warrior One. Right heel down, bending the left knee. With feet stable and secure, align the hips. And then lengthen the arms so you have a straight line from the fingertips to the back heel. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. Then interlace the hands behind the head once again and start to press the head back, keeping the back of the neck long and drawing those shoulder blades into the spine. Gradually take it into a back bend without crunching or pinching in the lower back. Root down through the legs and lift up through the heart. And release the hands. And slide the hands down to the front thigh. Inhale with the front knee bent. Then exhale, straighten the knee and slide the hands deeper down the shin into pyramid. Each inhale, pause, sense where you're aligning, and exhale, fold a little deeper. Maybe the fingertips come to the floor, or you keep holding on to the shin or ankle. Now with the right hand on the leg or the right fingertips on the floor, we're twisting to the left in revolved triangle. And release down. Step the right foot forward. And exhale, fold over straight legs. Soften the knees. Inhale, lift the arms up. Come way up, tall. Lengthen, lengthen. And exhale, release the arms down. Then step the left foot back for warrior one. Ground through the back heel. Bend the right knee. And find length through the spine, reaching the arms forward while still pressing down through the back heel. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. Interlace the hands behind the head. Keep the back of the neck long as you start to press the head back against the hands. Root down through heel so you can lift up in the heart and make this into a graceful back bend. And release slowly down, hands to the front thigh, and the right knee bent initially as you fold over the right hip, and as you exhale, begin to straighten the knee and fold farther, sliding the hands down to the shin, the ankle, or fingertips to the floor. Inhale, soften the knee, and exhale, push through the toes, lengthen in the back of the neck, and send the prana into the back. Direct this healing energy anywhere it's needed. And now to twist to the right, stay rooted through the left fingertips, or use that left hand on the right shin and open the right arm, twisting and turning to the right. And release that hand. And step up with the back foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders back, and exhale, fold, draw navel to backbone. Squeeze the kneecaps, then bend the knees. Inhale, lift the arms and stand up tall, Tadasana. Exhale, release the arms. And now step the right foot back for warrior two. Walk the right foot towards the back edge of the mat as far as you have space. And then open the arms, bend the left knee. Now roll the shoulders up and back. And exhale, draw the navel in, press the feet down. Now lift up the left arm, straighten the left leg, get length from the left fingertips to the left toe tips. And then windmill the left arm over the left hip, down to the left shin, and the right arm will reciprocate, lift up, and come into triangle pose. So keep that right armpit lifting up, drawing back, and the left sitting bone tucking under. Now bend the left knee, come into side angle pose. You can brace that left forearm on the knee as you reach farther ahead with the right arm, or even reach down to the mat with the left fingers. And look down, bring both hands to the mat, and step left foot back to downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, and step the right foot through. Turn the left toes out. Come up and stand. First, establishing your stance as your foundation, building from there, using muscular energy in the legs to provide the support in the core of the pelvis, and the breath to open the way for healing. Sending the breath into the back plane of the body. Now lift the right arm up, extend the right leg straight. Gain spaciousness along the right side of the body. And then windmill the right arm forward, down to the shin, while the left arm lifts into triangle pose. Keep toning the pelvic floor, squeeze the kneecaps. Use tons of muscular energy in the hips and legs. And releasing, bend the knee. And let's come to our side angle pose. Can hold on to the right thigh or right fingertips to the mat. Now release and bring the hands down. Step the right foot back to downward dog. And look up, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. And inhale, hop or step forward. And then exhale and fold. Inhale, rise, lift the arms, touch the palms. And exhale, bring hands to the heart. And we'll go to dancer pose. Balance on the left foot, lift the right knee, and hold the right ankle. And then, when you're balanced, lift the left arm, and stay upright or start to reach forward with your heart. And lift the back heel up. Come back up to stand. And now, just for fun, try and switch hands. Hold that foot with the left hand. And lift the right arm up. Now we're in a twisted dancer. So you'll start to look over the left shoulder as you twist and kick out. Release the right foot down, lift both arms up, get more spacious in the back, and then rest the arms. Okay, other side, lift the left knee and slide the left hand down to the ankle. Come into Natarajanasana, the dancer. Inhale, lift the heart, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, begin to balance in this beautiful pose. Shiva is known for his Ananda Tandava, the dance of bliss. Now we'll lift up and stay balanced. Switch hands, bring the right hand to hold that left foot. And then you can release the left hand, lift it up, and start to twist and look back over the right shoulder. And come out when you're ready to release the left foot down and both arms up. Now, bring the hands around to the lower back, pull the elbows behind and squeeze the shoulder blades into the spine. Press down through the heels and lift up in the chest. You're going to start to tilt the head back in a standing back bend. So hug muscles to the bone, and the leg muscles hug to the core of the legs. And inhale, lift the head up. And you can keep that hand position if you like that, or try with the arms above the shoulders with the elbows bent. So drawing the elbows in towards the sides of the body helps connect the shoulder blades, the scapula, into the back of the rib cage. Then we'll lift up the heart, press down through the heels, and again, arch back, strong legs. And from there, if you want, extend the arms. And come out when you're ready. Lift the head and release the arms. Now, for a counter pose, come into our, well, we're not going to get there yet. We're going to first come into hero pose. So kneeling down. And so you're sitting either on the heels or between the heels. Now really press the toenails into the mat. Engage muscles around the ankles, the lower back. And you can stay upright with this, or start to recline and get a deeper stretch in the quads and the psoas muscles by taking the head back to the mat. And just lengthen these muscles in the front of the thighs. And these are deep, heavy muscles, so you need to be patient and give them time to stretch. When you're done, you lift back up. And we'll come into Camel Pose. So lift the buttocks up to a high kneeling position, and then support around the lower back with the hands, or reach down to the heels. Come into this Camel Ustrasana, lifting the hips up and forward. Lifting the heart up. Now to come out of the pose, press the tops of the toenails down, hug the legs into the midline, and gradually rise up. And then rest the hands. Okay. Take the knees wide apart for wide-kneed child's pose. And now we'll get a counter stretch and stretch out the lower back with this forward bend. And keep the navel lifting up so the back is nicely rounded from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. You have a nice rainbow arch in the spine. And if the elbows reach the floor, you can make the prayer hands, lift them over the back of the head, and just make this pose an offering, a thanks, gratitude, and appreciation for the health and strength of your back. Now we're going to lift up and open the legs to a wide angle. And flex the feet. Move the sitting bones back and spiral the inner thighs down. Draw the lower back in. Roll the shoulders up and back. And then start to fold forward over the hips. Keep the thighs, the kneecaps lifting up. The breath flowing deeply. The legs very active, the feet and toes very strong. It's a little counterintuitive how active the legs need to be in this pose. Now walk the hands over to the left side. And lift the right arm up and over the right ear for a side stretch. And release, and walk hands over to the right side. And lift the left arm up and over the left ear, getting the side stretch here. And release that side, lift it up. All right. Now let's go back onto the spine, reclining, and hug right knee to chest. And extend the right leg, hold the back of the thigh with the hands. And as you exhale, press up through the sole of the foot. Inhale, soften the knee, draw the leg a little closer to the chest. And exhale, extend the leg straight, stretch a little deeper. So over a series of breaths, you may be able to walk the hands higher up towards the ankle. This is a safe way of stretching the hamstrings without overstretching in the back. Now bend the right knee and twist the right knee across to the left side of the mat. Open the right arm and reach up and out through the right fingertips. Draw the navel to the backbone so you can press the outer left hip into the mat. And get this great stretch and twist. And release onto your spine. Extend the right leg and hug the left knee into the chest. Just notice how much more open you are from the beginning of the practice. Extend the left leg, hold the back of the thigh with the hands. And as you inhale, soften the knee, draw the thigh closer. And as you exhale, extend the leg straighter. Over a series of breaths, you may be able to move the hands up higher towards the ankle. Bring the shin closer towards the head. Enjoying a deep, healthy breath. Breathing into the back of the body. Sending the healing energy there. And now bend the left knee and twist, crossing the left knee over to the right side of the mat. And extending the left arm up and away so you can start to lengthen down that left side of the body. Drawing the navel to the spine, you're keeping the sacrum from twisting, from tilting, and getting this nice chiropractic twist in. Giving yourself a chiropractic adjustment. And releasing the side. We have time for a fish pose. So bend the elbows, press the elbows into the mat, arch the chest up, and then start to tilt the head back. And the hands can hold around the sides or underneath the buttocks, and use that as leverage to press the elbows into the mat and lift the heart up. Now there's almost no pressure on the back of the head. Come out of the pose, tilt the chin forward, remove the hands, and roll back down. Now, lift the knees, and you can just hug knees to the chest at this point, or if you prefer, a plow pose, taking the legs up and over the head. This gives a great stretch in the back of the neck. Support the lower back. Lift the thighs away from the face. And when you're done, bend the knees and roll carefully down. You can take a little child's pose on their way down. A little happy baby pose, I mean. Release any tension in the neck, the hips, and gradually make your way all the way flat onto the mat in Shavasana, where you can extend the legs, spread the toes, And open the palms face up. Align the head, neck, and spine in one straight line. The arms and legs equidistant. And when you're satisfied that you've got a good straight pose, comfortable, relaxed, and settle into this Shavasana. Breathe as though your whole body breathes, expanding on the inhalation, more flexibility, suppleness, and releasing any tension on the exhale. Letting go of any soreness, weakness, or stiffness in the spine. Inhale more health, strength, and flexibility. And keep directing this healing energy into the back and spine as you breathe. Feeling all the places on the floor that you're making contact with your back. And the back of the head resting on the floor. And just letting it become a little heavier, sink down a little deeper. And feeling the backs of the shoulders resting on the floor. And just surrendering to that support and trustfully letting go with the shoulders and arms. Allowing them to just sink more heavily into the floor. And then feeling the middle back resting and softening more of the middle back so it can spread out onto the floor more comfortably and spaciously. And feeling around the back of the buttocks, resting, melting into the floor. And feeling the backs of the thighs on the floor. And letting them just settle a little more deeply. And feeling the backs of the calves resting. And sinking them into the floor a little more deeply, letting go of tension in the legs. And the backs of the heels, surrendering, sinking into the floor. So your whole back is completely supported, resting without any effort. It feels lovely to just rest, relax, and let go of all tension in the back. Just feel good about your practice this morning and the effort you put into your practice to give yourself a healthy, strong back. It's going to improve your quality of life and the ease in which you perform your daily functions. Inhaling, you nourish the back with prana, healing force. And exhale, release any tension in the spine. Nourishing yourself on the inhale and letting go with more relaxation on the exhale. You've been very good students, you've practiced well. Now giving your body a chance to rest and giving your mind a chance to rest. Relaxing the mental effort And simply enjoying this time of being present in your body, present in this sacred space, being fully present in this moment of time. It's special, unique, and valuable to you. You've done something important and meaningful with your day, and you can feel good about that. Om Hum Jum Saha. Om Hum Jum Saha. Om Hum Jum Saha. Now start to deepen your breath and awaken through your muscles, stretching them, moving them, and rolling over to your right side. And gradually pushing up to a seated position. Establishing Prana Mudra. The thumb tip touching the tips of the pinky and ring finger, while the middle and index finger are extended. Breathing this healing energy into the back. Om Hum Jum Saha. May you be filled with this healing energy for a strong, healthy back and a happy life. Namaste.